Thanks for joining us today. Obviously, we got a great turnout because it is a super hot topic. And I'm sure if you guys are anything like me right now, your feeds are being inundated with AI offers of AI tools, how AI is going to take over our profession, so on and so forth. But the big thing is AI has evolved so much in the last 60 days. And if leveraged properly, it can actually make our lives so much easier. But a lot of the noise out there makes it very complex and very difficult. So today, our guest speaker, Emma Pace, who is the co founder of Sales Genius, is here to show us how anyone can leverage AI in their business as a real estate agent super easily and simply. You do not need to be tech savvy. So drop a one in the chat if you're pumped to learn how AI can actually help you in your business without taking over your business and allow you to have more time to do the things that actually make you money and not the mundane stuff that drives us nuts. And so, without further ado, I don't want to waste any more time. I am going to introduce Emma Pace, co founder of Sales Genius, and she is going to show you how any of you can leverage AI to get time back and make more money in your business.
Love it.
Welcome,
What's up,
Emma.
guys? I'm very honored to be back here. I think this is our third or fourth time here together. So if you're new here, my name's Emma Pace. I am two fellow colleague of yours at Real, for those of you guys that are at Real. And for those of you guys that have been to any of my presentations in the past, then welcome back. We've got a really good one today. I'm going to walk you guys through how to use AI in 2026 because like Ryan said, there's a lot of confusing information online. There's a lot of different tools. There's a lot of people that are selling a lot of snake oil type of stuff in the real estate industry. And most importantly, I want you guys to leave here today with a really solid understanding of how you can implement it in your business. So I'm going to do this training in two ways. Let me just share my screen real fast. Can you guys just give me just drop me a one in the chat so I know that you guys can see me appropriately. I know my angle just switched. You guys see my iPad?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're good. All right, cool. So first and foremost, I want to ask you guys something. What AI model are you guys using right now? Are you using ChatGPT? Are you using Claude? I want to just get a better understanding of kind of where we are together in the room. Multiple ChatGPT, Claude, both. All right, a little bit of a mix of both. Perplexity. Okay, awesome. So it looks to me like we have a big plethora of different types of users. Some of you guys are probably newer to using AI, and some of you guys might be a little bit more advanced. And so, what I want to teach you guys today is about a tool. And by the way, I just want you to pay attention with me. I'm going to give you all the setup instructions and I'm going to give you guys a bunch of stuff for free today. But just pay attention with me so that you guys get the theory, and I'll give you everything to install at the end, okay? But today, what I'm going to teach you about is something that is called Claude Cowork, okay? And I'm going to actually walk you guys through a bit of a demo today. But most importantly, the reason why I'm teaching you about this particular version and this particular tool is because what it is able to do is it is actually able to turn your desktop, okay, into your personal assistant. So I'm going to show you it's actually able to work with files on your desktop. It's able to read and write files. It's able to actually help you draft emails in your Gmail. Well, maybe you use Outlook, but many of us use Gmail. In your Gmail draft inbox. And ultimately, it's able to do all of this, and it's 20 bucks a month. Okay? Now, the reason why I'm telling you guys this particular model is when I show you today, a lot of you are using maybe Claude or ChatGPT in your web browser, chatting back and forth, right? Is that how you guys usually use it? Just drop me a yes if you're usually just using it to kind of chat back and forth. Yeah? Okay. So today
Bunch
I
of
want to
yeses
actually
flying in.
teach you the next version, which is getting it to actually do stuff for you. Okay. Now, the reason we do this training is there's three problems. I've talked to so many agents, and there's basically three problems that we were able to boil down that agents are facing right now. One is if they're using ChatGPT or Claude Chat and it's not set up appropriately, they're often retraining the AI every single time. I'm not sure if you guys have ever felt it. I'm gonna try and open you guys up so I can get some can see some faces with me. Um, but oftentimes it feels like you're kind of like fighting with the robot. You're like going back and forth every time you open up a new chat, you have to retrain it, retell it about yourself, etc. Right? The second thing is some of you guys have assistants, human assistants. And I've heard this from several different people. It's like, hey, listen, I have this assistant. I spend more time trying to figure out what the heck I should make this assistant do. I hired them to save me time, but I feel like I'm spending more time managing their calendar than they're saving me at this point. And so it's like this ironic thing of like, I need help, but I'm making work for you to do. And I just don't find that this relationship is as helpful as it should be. Okay. And then the third thing is a lot of us, and quite honestly, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Sometimes I use AI and teach about this for a living. And sometimes I still find myself doing this, which is spending my time on $15 an hour tasks when I have well over $100 an hour skill set. And so sometimes we find ourselves spending time here, like the bulk of our time, when really we should be spending our time on the revenue generating activities that are going to be driving our business forward. Okay. And so what this all boils down to, and I think Ryan kind of alluded to this appropriately at the beginning, is, and I think this is a good way to describe it. I actually started using AI. There was a company called Jarvis, and then it turned into Jasper in 2021. Okay. Me being a tech lover, I got fed ads, and I was like, I'm going to try the thing out. Right now, I just want you guys to know this is basically what the curve looks like. If this was 2025, as of 2026, it is the biggest advancement that I have ever seen in AI. Like what I'm about to show you guys today did not exist before 2026. This is all brand new. So if you guys feel like you're late on AI, like honestly, you're not really, because it's April 27th, and what I'm about to show you today, I didn't know anything about this 90 days ago. Okay. So you're not late. In fact, you're actually relatively early and you're catching up kind of right on time, which is nice. But ultimately, the gap between agents who know how to use this appropriately and those who don't is going to be in the next 9 months massive. Like if you already think it's been big, it's only going to get increasingly larger. And so this is the perfect time for you guys to use it. And so what I'm going to teach you today is making sure that it understands and it knows your business. It knows your voice. It knows your market. It knows your clients, and that it remembers it every single time so that you can stop fighting with the chat. Okay. The second thing is, how can we actually get your admin, your follow-ups, and your marketing done for you without you necessarily needing to do it, okay? And most importantly, you guys are investing an hour here with me today. I don't take that lightly. It's our most valuable asset. And so I want to make sure that when you guys leave here today, that I'm actually able to buy you some real time back. If I can do that, is it worth your hour here? Yeah? All right. Let's make it work. Okay. So, most importantly, I'm not going to go too much into us, but what I want you guys to know is we've been using, like I said, we've been using Claude for a while. I think we're like 24 months on Claude. It probably is one of the best writing tools, but I think I've already expressed to you guys, even a lot of the tools that we're learning about today did not exist even 90 days ago. So you guys are still really early in this new age or this new phase of how AI is being rolled out. Okay. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to make sure that you understand how Claude Cowork works. The second thing is I am going to give you for free 5 skills that you can train your agent on immediately. You don't have to create them. I'm going to give you all the step-by-step stuff. You just download it and install it right away. Cool? I'm also going to give you a full workflow so that every single time you get a listing in the future, it's all of your documentation is basically done for you. Okay? You don't have to worry about creating the workflow. I'm just going to give it to you guys for free. All right? And then the last thing we're going to do is I'm going to give you a live demo so that you can see exactly how everything that I'm going to give you guys for free today works. All right? So I'm going to give you the demo, and I'll give you the step-by-step. After we're done here, you guys can just follow the website that we put together. It will be installed, and you're rocking and rolling. All right? Perfect. So the first thing I want to do with you guys though is a little exercise because if you don't understand how valuable this actually is, then this is going to be another one of those trainings that you come to and you're like, that sounds cool, and you don't do anything with it, and I don't want that to be this. That is like the worst thing as a trainer that I could do for you guys. So I want to do one exercise. Please take out a pen and paper, or you can do this on your phone. I don't care. However you guys want to do it. We're going to do a very quick calculation. I want to know how many deals did you close last year? Just drop me in the chat. How many deals? 13? 38? Damn, Joseph. Nice. 39? Okay. So I want you guys to write down the very first line is how many deals did you close last year? Okay? So let's just say, I'm going to do an example with you guys. I'm going to say 20 for ease of use. Okay? Now, what's your average commission per deal? Drop that in here for me. 9,000, 14 grand, 10, 10. All right, I'm going to use 10 as an example to keep things easy here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to multiply these two numbers together. So 20 deals by 10,000 bucks is 200 grand, right? So that would be my GCI for last year. What I want you guys to do is take that number and I want you to divide it by 2,000. Okay, that's usually the average number of hours that will work over the course of a year. And I want you guys to drop me what that number is. Okay, for me, in this example, 200,000 divided by 2,000 is going to be 100 bucks. So it's 100 bucks an hour. Okay, what is your hourly rate? Drop it to me. I'm like genuinely curious because we always have like a really good split. Okay, Colleen, 160. 180, Arun, nice. 100. Okay, keep this number for 1 second, all right? Because I want you guys to know something. What I'm about to teach you should save you at least 5 hours a week. If you do this appropriately, it should save you at least 5 hours a week starting today. That's 166 hours over the course of the year. Take your hourly rate, times it by 166, and drop it to me in the chat. What is that number? 26 grand. Colleen, you're on the ball. You're on the ball. Anybody else? Colleen's the only one who's going to save 26 grand? 33, 16. Okay, so before you guys go and spend any money doing anything else, coaching, anything else, I don't care. Learning this one skill that I'm going to teach you today completely for free. It's your hourly rate, Anthony, by 166. This is what learning this skill is worth to you today, okay? And you can learn it completely for free. So please take it seriously because I've spent 26 grand, 33 grand, 16 grand, 80 grand on coaches and things in the past. And I'm going to just save you guys that money immediately right now by just teaching you how to do it for free and get the time back, okay? And then you can reinvest that money however you'd like to do it, okay? So I call ChatGPT, if you don't have it trained appropriately, I call it like the goldfish problem because you have to start over every single time. So I want you guys to understand the difference between ChatGPT or using a chat-based model and Cowork, which is what I'm going to teach you guys today. A chat-based model, if you don't train it appropriately, forgets you basically every single session, okay? You've got to re-explain yourself. One of the problems that I hate, and I'm going to solve this for you guys today, is like if it gives you an extremely generic output, you have to do so much editing. Like, I know it helps you, but once you get the thing back, you're like, oh my God, I still have like another 5-10 minutes to edit this email, right? I'm not sure if you guys have ever been there, but I'm like, this looks like AI slop. It looks like it's created by AI. I still got to edit the hell out of this. It helped me, but like, there's still work to do, okay? ChatGPT also, and also the Claude web version, it doesn't really touch your files. It doesn't actually access your email. It can't really look at your calendar. So there's still a lot of communication and there's still a lot of instructions that you have to give it. And so you constantly have to like copy and paste from the chat over to something else, all right? With Cowork, which is what I'm going to show you today, it lives on your actual desktop. It's not in the browser. It's on your actual computer. Okay. So I'm going to show you how to set it up so that it remembers your business. Okay. It can read and write your actual files. It can organize your folders for you, etc. So I'm going to do an example with you guys today so you can see it working. It can connect to your Gmail. It can connect to your Google Drive. It can review your calendar. So as an example for you guys, I have a task that gets set up. It's set up for Monday to Friday at 9 a.m. And what it does automatically is it looks at my calendar for the day and it confirms my appointments for me. So I wake up at 9 a.m., I open up my Gmail, and in my Gmail drafts, it has emails drafted to every single person that I have an appointment with that says, hey, are you good to go today? I'm good on my end. Are you good to go today? I don't have to tell it to do that. I don't draft the emails. I wake up and they are in my draft inbox, and all I do is review them, and I'm like, yep, this is good to go. That is a scheduled task done for me like I would want a human assistant to do. It does it every single morning, Monday to Friday, 9 o'clock. I'm going to show you guys how to set that up today. Okay? You can do this from your phone as well, Monique. There's something called Dispatch. I'm probably not going to get too much into that today, but just so you know what the feature is called, it's called Dispatch, and you can connect it from your phone to your computer so that you can just like talk to it. Okay? So it can do. It's like think about it like a human assistant that lives on your computer. It can when you provide it access, it can do stuff for you. So I'm going to walk you through kind of what that looks like now, and then we'll go through a demo. We good? Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so this seems like a very foreign. Talking to a computer and setting up a robot seems very foreign for a lot of us. Yes? Would you guys agree? Super weird. So I want you guys just to think about when you're actually setting this up. If you've ever hired a human, it's like it's basically the same thing as hiring a human. And in my mind, that's the way that I think about it when I'm chatting with it. I'm like, pretend this thing has a face, pretend this thing has a name, and I'm just gonna talk to it like a real human. Okay? So when you first onboard a human or you hire a human, what is the first thing that you do? You sit down, you shake their hand, you say, "Hey, you're hired." Okay? This is my business. This is who I am. Here's a little slide deck of like who we usually serve, how we work, etc. That's the first couple of days is just like, who the heck am I? What the heck do we do? And what's the business going to be that you're working inside of? Okay. After they 100% Colleen, I talk to mine like it's a human as well all day. Okay. After the human gets onboarded, what's the first thing that you're going to do after they know a little bit about your business? You're probably going to sit down and you're going to start giving the human some real tasks to do. And normally what's going to happen is the human's going to shadow you a couple of times. And you're going to say, this is how I like things done. These are a couple of tasks that I need you to take off my plate. I'll train you. You do a couple. And once I know that the human is trained up, then what happens? They are responsible for that task and they're supposed to take that off your plate and automate that for you. Does that make sense? Like, you guys with me in terms of like how to hire and train a human in the first 2 to 3 weeks. The goal is I have 1 to 2 activities that I would like you to do and take off my plate. The robot works much in the same way, okay? So I want you guys to understand there's basically 5 levels when it comes to AI and they're called agentic tools, okay? So the first one is like custom instructions. That's like telling your assistant, this is kind of like as far as ChatGPT goes for the most part, telling your assistant who you are, your voice, your market, how you like things done. After that, you would train your human assistant to have particular skills. Like, hey, this is how I like my emails to be written. As an example with AI, I hate M dashes, okay? I actually love M dashes, but they got destroyed by AI, so no one wants to use them anymore. So the first thing I'm going to say is like, don't use any M dashes in any of my communication because that's a dead ass giveaway that I'm using AI as an example. Okay, here are some skills that I want you to have as my human assistant, which is like to write like me, to be able to do certain activities, which I'll show you in a second. After that, normally with a human assistant, you're going to give them some like SOPs, right? Hey, every time I have a listing, I need you to follow this workflow. So when I get a listing, I'm going to give you some information. These are all the documents that I need you to create for me, etc. The human assistant's supposed to follow the SOP, you guys. You know? They're supposed to. Do they always? No, they don't always follow the SOP. The goal with the robot is that the robot can read the workflows and read the SOP and do it the way that you want to. or that it was designed to do. Okay. Now, the fourth level is adding connectors. So connectors are giving it access to your real tools like your Gmail, like your Google Drive, like Notion. I'll show you some Canva, for example. Like if you need to put together a presentation, it can help you create the presentations in Canva now, which is cool. Okay. And then the last thing is agents. And that's like, from this is where I'm at in my business, where I have like a marketing team that can send stuff over to like a sales team as an example. I'm not going to go too much into agents. I'm going to try and get you guys up to like level 3 in a second. Okay? Now, the 4 pieces that make Claude an actual assistant are as follows, okay? And by the way, all of these skills, all these 5, I'm going to give you guys today for free so that you don't have to create them. You can just install them and then you'll be ready to go, okay? So, skills, like I said, was an email writer. Like I want my robot to be able to write an email like I do that actually sounds like me. Doesn't sound like AI, it actually sounds like me. Okay? Secondly, sometimes I need help doing market research. With my human assistant, I'd be like, hey, I have this listing presentation. I need you to like find all these details out about the area for me, as an example. Okay, well, I'm just going to give you guys a market researcher skill so that it can do your research for you as though it was a human. Okay? Third, objection handling. I might say, hey, I have a listing appointment that I'm going into. Here's what's going, do some research for me in terms of like what's going on in the market. And what I need you to do is figure out what are all the objections that I think that the seller might say to me based on what's going on with the market research that you found. And can you please pre-handle these objections so I can go into the listing appointment and make sure that I'm ready to answer all those things. Okay, so it can switch the skills that it's accessing so that it can help you in sequence. Okay, crucial conversations. I'm gonna show you guys a demo of this one today, but it's basically like, can Claude Cowork connect to our please? Oh, MLS feeds. No, typically not unless you're actually unless you own your own brokerage. Usually a brokerage will have like API access, so it typically can't. Okay. Um, Back to crucial conversations. Um, Sometimes people say stuff to you, and like I'm spicy. If I get an email and like it lights me on fire, I'm like, I know I need to like respond to this immediately, but what I'm about to say to this person is probably not what I should say to this person if I had 3 days to like simmer down now, you know? So, what I will do is I will type what it is that I want to say. I'm just going to type it out because I just need to get it off my chest. And then I'm going to use the crucial conversation skill to go and rewrite what it is that I wanted to say in a polite way with holding my tone, okay? Or sometimes you have really difficult things and you're like, oh shit, like I actually have to have this very difficult conversation with a client. So today I'm going to show you an example of like, let's say you get an offer that comes in really low and immediately you're like, oh my God, like how the hell am I going to break this news to my client? Because like this sucks, you know? And part of our job is to, that's our job. So what I will do is I'll use this crucial conversation skill to say, hey, this is a situation I'm in. Can you please help me figure out the best talk path so that I can present this information in a way that lets my clients know that I'm still on their side, but to be able to deliver this in like a graceful way that doesn't just like punch them in the gut, given the fact that the market's tough, okay? And then the last one I'll also show you, which is when you get that AI slop, there's a humanizer skill where I'll be like, this looks like too much, this looks too much like AI. Use the humanizer skill and rewrite this through the humanizer lens so that it is not AI detectable. So you guys don't have to go back and forth and keep fighting back and forth and rewriting all the emails. Just be like, it sounds too much like AI. Use humanizer and rewrite this as a human. It will do it. Okay? I'm going to give you guys all of those today. All right? So you'll be well equipped. I'll show you connectors in a bit. What time is it now? All right, we're going to get rocking and rolling. It can also do workflows for you. So I'm going to give you guys a new listing launch workflow today, but here are just some other examples of things that it can do if you already have SOPs or you already have step-by-step instructions. It's like, can I do a new buyer onboarding? Okay, every time I get a new buyer that happens, a new buyer that I'm signing, these are all the things that happens. A post-transaction workflow. Hey, we just went firm or we just closed. These are all the things that need to happen after we just closed. Can you do these things for me? Boom, it'll do all the stuff. I'm pretty sure you can get it I don't know. That's a Raquel question. You can get it somehow. How do they get the recording?
We will send out a replay if you registered, you have an email, and it'll be linked to our YouTube channel.
Done. That's how you get it. There you go. All right. The last thing, which I think is really cool, I'm not going to have time to like set this up with you today, but I'll show you a few that I have, are scheduled tasks. So if there's anything that you guys do pretty regularly, you can set it up so that as long as your computer is on, it can do those tasks. So like I said, it follows up with or it confirms all of my appointments every single day. If you say like, hey, every single week I want you to organize my desktop to make sure there's no like loose files, it can do that for you. So you can set up whatever scheduled tasks that you guys have, and I'll show you some of mine in a second, so that it can do stuff without you necessarily needing to do the work. Okay? So basically, this is like a little example of how it works, and then we're going to do a demo together. So let's say I'm on the road and I have a client. I'm just going to call her Amy. Amy's not here, so we'll pretend that she's here. Okay? We go and we do a showing. And I have this set up from my phone to my computer with this tool called Dispatch. I'd say like, hey, the showing with Amy went really well. We saw 3 properties today, and she really liked 123 Main Street. She might want to move forward with an offer, but she's got 3 questions about the property. How old's the furnace? You know, what is the closing date? Whatever happens to be. Okay, I'm going to tell that to the robot. The robot is going to know my voice and how I like to write my emails. Okay? It's also going to know the job. So it's going to know I'm going to go in. This is my voice. I'm going to write the email for you. And then I might say something like, can you please draft an email to the listing agent and just put it in my drafts so that when I get home, I can confirm that everything's all good. And the second email that I need you to draft is to Amy, my client, and let her know that I've already checked on this for her. Okay? By the time I get home, all I've said is that to my phone, like I would to an assistant. I'm going to go home. It's going to be drafted in my inbox for me, or you can do it on your phone right away. And there's going to be 2 emails, and they're going to be drafted in my voice. One to my client that says, hey, I know you liked 123 Main Street, and you wanted me to check on these 3 things. I've already done that for you, and I've communicated with listing agent. And the second email is going to be those 3 questions to the listing agent, done on your behalf. From your phone. Done. So you don't have to do it. So it's going to know who you are, it's going to know the job, it's going to know what process, and it's going to be able to run without you. And after that, it's going to access whatever tools it needs to. So in this case, it would be Gmail. And then what it's going to do is it's either going to, if you want it to send the email, you can. I don't suggest it. I would say put it in your draft. You're going to have your email in your draft, as an example. Cool? You guys want to see how it works? Okay?
Yeah.
All right. I don't think there's... Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do 4 things with you guys today as part of the demo so you guys can see how it works. The first thing is file organization. Ryan and I screenshot a lot of shit, you guys. So our desktops is like, they're like really bad, okay? It's like we would do these presentations and we'd be like, oh shit, how are we going to not share our desktop? Because these people are going to think we're ridiculous, you know? So the first thing that we did with this was got it to organize our complete desktop for us. So I'm very happy to present my desktop to you guys today because it organized all my stuff for me, okay? So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Second thing is I'm going to show you a listing launch workflow because I'm going to give you that tool completely for free today so that you can see what it will create for you. After the listing launch workflow, we're going to pretend that that listing's on the market and I got an offer for 100K below what the asking price was, and I need to have the conversation with the seller. It's going to help me draft that conversation. And then after that, I'm going to tell it, I think this sounds too much like AI. Can you please rewrite this and make it more human? All of these skills I'm giving to you guys completely for free today, so I'm just going to employ them and show you guys how it works and what it can do, and then you guys can go and install them, and I'll give you the step-by-step instructions to do it. Is that cool? Yeah? All right, give me a heck yeah if you guys want to go. We'll get moving.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's
I
roll.
love it. Let's rock and roll. All right. Oh, there's you guys. Let me move you guys over. All right. Can you guys see my desktop?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
By
It's
the
so
way,
plain, Emma.
let me just move this over. How's this looking, guys? Does it look
It's
good or what?
so organized.
All right. Mine looked exactly like
Mine's
yours,
even
guys.
color coded, Emma. Mine's even color coded.
You can color code them if you guys want. Okay. So as you guys can see here, this is just this is my desktop, okay? And I have this folder called Auto Light, and that's the tool that I'm going to give you guys. We basically have our own tool at Sales Genius called Auto. That's like an an AI executive assistant. I'm going to give you guys the light version for free today. So I have this folder on my desktop, and you can see that I've got buyers, listings, marketing, a couple assistant workflows, my skills, etc. on here. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do with you guys, do you see this buyers folder on here? Can you guys all see that? Yeah. Okay. You see how it says Reyes in here? Look at these folders. Okay. Or look at these files. They're ugly. They're not named appropriately. I have no idea about this guy's offer. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my assistant and I'm just
Might be
going
a little small just on my screen, but it's tiny. So,
to,
so you might have to just read them.
Yeah, you might need to zoom in.
that's fine. They're just named something that is not great. I can't really zoom in for some reason. I don't know why. Anyways, it is what it is. It's called SS dot untitled 4. There's no names for these folders, okay? So what I'm going to say to my assistant, and what I want you guys to know is this is on my desktop. For some reason it won't let me here. This is actually Claude on my desktop. So I want to be very clear. If you guys want to do this and you do it in the browser chat, like you go to claude.com, it's not going to work. You have to download it on your desktop. So I'm going to give you guys all the instructions on how to do it. So I've opened it up on my desktop and I go to this tab called Cowork. Don't worry about the steps. I'm going to give you all the steps in a second. I'm going to say to this chat, okay, I've given it access to this folder that is on my desktop. So that's the one that we were just talking about. It's called Auto Light. It's on my desktop here. And I said to this thing, you have access to this folder on my desktop called Auto Light. So I say, I have a bunch of unorganized files in my buyers, and I'll say Reyes. I don't know why it says Ray. My Reyes folder. Can you please organize them for me? I'd like two things. I need one merged PDF with all the documents combined so that everything's in one place. And then I need the individual files renamed clearly so that I know what is each one. And if there's any duplicates, same file or same size, go ahead and remove them, but check with me first. Okay? Much like I would say to a human assistant. I'm going to press go. And I'm going to show you guys something. Let's just look at what it's doing. Okay, so this is on my desktop. I'm not doing anything. You're going to start seeing that these files, maybe I need to move this down slightly. These files are going to start to be renamed on my desktop without me. I just said do this stuff for me. Okay? So what you're going to see is, you can see it's running different commands on my desktop. It might take a second to kick in. Sometimes it takes a second. It's just thinking right now. Okay, we'll let it rip for a sec. So I can see the files. Let me check for the duplicates. I'm going to peek inside of each one so that I can suggest meaningful names to you. Okay? So in this folder on my desktop, it's reading all of these PDFs. It's figuring out what they are. It's going to figure out if any of these are duplicates, and then it's going to rename them for me. It's going to give me probably 4 or 5 files. One that is all, so the use case for this, so that you guys know, is you probably have many files on your desktop for different deals that you have done, right? And they're all called random shit on your desktop. And especially if you're doing signbacks with agents, like sometimes you're like, what the heck did you name this thing? You got the DocuSign name on there from when they sent the stuff and they just forwarded it across to you. There's not always like a clear naming convention. So this is going to read all of my files for me. Oh, and you can see it says, hey, for each duplicate pair, which copy should I keep and which one should I delete? Okay, so I'm going to say whatever you recommend. Keep the 5th PDF and keep this one. So it's found 2 clones. Here's what I found under your Reyes folders. There's 6 files in total, all for the same deal, which is this property, 4968 Yonge Street. I've identified and confirmed that there's 2 duplicates, your financing waiver and your status certificate. And look at what it's doing. Okay, it's going to rename them in a second. Great, let me get to work. I'm going to delete the duplicates. I'm going to rename the 4 keepers clearly, and I'll build your merged PDF for you. So it's working in the background. I'm gonna allow this to do this work on my computer. Okay. So you can see there was 6 files. Now there's only 4. So it's deleted my duplicates. And immediately, guess what just happened? APS, APS, here's your waivers. Renamed, organized, and there's my final package. All of the folders together in one PDF for me. Done. I didn't do anything. You know how many times, guys, that I have tried to freaking put together one PDF? I can't even put together one PDF. It will take me like an hour. I'm like, I don't even know how to drag all this shit. I gotta rename all this. I don't know. This is not my, like, I'm not good at this, right? Literally, how long did that take us? I'm just doing a demo. Everything is reorganized in one. I just said organize this shit for me, and it did it. Cool? Is that cool? That's a very basic use case, but you guys can use that today to keep all your files organized for your brokerage, submissions, all of that kind of stuff. Okay? Now, let's do another one together, and let's pretend that I just signed a new listing. Okay? So I left a listing appointment, and we're going to go back here. And I'm going to say, I need a new listing launch workflow. If you can put it in my listings folder, that would be great. Okay? And I put together some just like test data for you guys. Okay? So I'm going to give it everything that a human assistant would otherwise need. All right? To know. If I had a human assistant, what are they going to ask me if I sign a new listing? What's the address? How many bedrooms and bathrooms? What's the square footage? Like, they're going to need all this information so that they can prep the MLS listing, right? How big's the lot? What's the type of property? What's the price? When are we going to list it? Who are the sellers? What's their situation? What are the key features about the house that we might need to know for marketing? Okay? What are some recent upgrades? What's the neighborhood? How are we going to do showings? Okay? All of that stuff is what your human assistant would need to help you prepare a listing, right? Yeah? You guys with me? All
We're
I'm
with
going to
you.
tell the robot is,
Yeah.
I need a new listing launch workflow. Can you put it in my listings folder? Boom. So watch what's going to happen on my desktop. Okay? Under my listings folder, we are going to see in a second, it's going to create another folder on my desktop. It's going to name it, what was the address that I made up? Brookdale. It's going to name it Brookdale. Okay? Good. I loaded your profile. Let me check the listings folder, and then I'll build the full package. So in a second, you're going to see that it's going to create a folder on my desktop under my listings for Brookdale, and it's going to do all of the work that I have asked it to do to prep my listing for me. Okay? It is 12:42 right now. Let's see how long this is going to take. Okay? So
While we're waiting for that, there was a question in the chat. Does this only work with your folders on your desktop, or can you connect it to a Google Drive or Dropbox?
yeah, so you can connect it to other tools. Why don't, well, it's thinking.
Yeah, show them
I'll show you how to
connectors.
do that. Okay, so when you're using Cowork, which again, it has to be on your desktop, there is a folder on the left-hand side that is called Customize, okay? There's something called connectors in here. This is where you're able to connect it with all of your tools, right? So you guys can see I have it connected with my Canva, my Gmail, my calendar, my Google Drive. Grain is what I use to like record any calls, right? Like you guys might have Fathom or some other AI recording. But for example, let's say I had like a buyer consultation and I recorded it with my grain recorder. I would just be like, hey, I just had a buyer consultation with this person. Can you write my recap email for me? And it's going to go into my grain recorder. It's going to look up the transcript. It's going to know everything that we just talked about, and it's going to write the email for me. Okay? I got QuickBooks in here. I've got our Slack channel for our team, Zoom, everything. Okay, so you get, and there's tons of different connectors in here. You guys can browse them. I'm not going to go through them all, but that's how you would be able to connect it with like your Google Drive and stuff. Okay? So let's just go back here for a second, see where we're at. Okay, so let's see if it created it yet. It's still maybe working. Okay, so look, on my desktop, as I'm showing you guys that, and I'm doing other work, so you guys can see, it still works in the background. I have a new folder on my desktop underneath my listings folder called 58 Brookdale Ave. Now, you can see on the left-hand side here, it's in progress. It's doing all the things that I would otherwise ask a human assistant to do. I've created a listings folder. I'm writing your MLS description. I'm going to write a feature sheet. I'm going to write your social captions. I'm going to write an email for your sellers. I'm going to write a photographer brief that I can give the photographer. I'm going to write an open house promo. Boom. Look. All of my stuff is in here now. Okay? It's writing literally everything for me right now. It's going to save this. All of my deliverables. I'm going to say, can you break out all the deliverables so that I can see them individually, please? Okay. All of my stuff is done. So if I click on this listing launch package, look at everything is done. Here's my intake form. Here's my MLS description is done. Here's my feature sheet. Here's my social captions. It's going to break them out. Here's an intro email for my sellers. Okay, so it's going to break them out into individual files because I don't want them all in one file right now. So what you guys can see is, look, in the folder, I got my intake confirmation. I got my MLS description, my feature sheet. It's been 4 minutes, guys. 4 minutes. This is on my desktop with all the shit that I need for my listing pretty much ready to go so I can email my seller. Okay? Then what I would say is something like this. We'll wait for this to be done. Is the seller thing done? Let me just see if the seller thing's done. Okay, so my seller intro email is done. Okay, so let's just read it for a second together. David and Karen, I'm excited to get this one in front of buyers. Here's exactly what the next few days will look like and what I need from you to keep things running smoothly. Photography. I'll confirm the exact date and window separately. Plan to have the house clear of the cat for this session. I'll send a prep checklist beforehand so that we're working off the same page. It's a quick one, maybe 20 minutes of your time. For the sign install, this is when it's going to go up. I'll confirm the timing. This is when we're going to go live. This is what's going to happen with showings. This is what I need from you, okay? And I'm going to say to the robot, the seller email looks great. Just let them know that the sign install is going to happen next Monday. And just draft this and put it in my Gmail for me, please. Okay? Now, I'm going to open my Gmail. Let me just move it out of this side. Okay? You guys can see it's loading tools. So you're going to see that because it has access to my Gmail, should be here at the bottom in a second. As long as it all connects appropriately. You see, it opened my Gmail. And it's creating a new draft in my Gmail account on my behalf. I'm going to allow it. And I'm going to show you guys. There it is. Here's my inbox, okay? Here's my draft. Boom. There's the email. Already set up in my draft, ready to go. Done. We did an entire listing package in 6 minutes together. With an email that is ready to go for my sellers. I don't know what else we want for 20 bucks a month, yo.
Yes,
20 bucks a
you
month.
can connect to Outlook. There was a question of will this work with Outlook?
Gotcha.
Yes, you can connect to Outlook as well. Outlook has a connector.
Yes, it does. Okay, so let's pretend now that a few weeks have gone by and we have listed this house. I'm going to say, I got an offer for Brookdale Ave, and unfortunately, it was way lower than we expected. We're currently listed at 1,849, and the offer came in 100K below asking. The sellers are not going to be happy about this. I need to present this in the best possible way to make them feel like I'm on their side, but also express that I actually don't think it's a bad price because we originally discussed that they may have been slightly overpriced when we went to market. Can you help me structure how I can have this conversation with them? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my crucial conversations skill. I'm going to give you guys this. I'm just going to go / crucial conversations. And I'm going to say that it is going to now help me figure out what the conversation should be based on the fact that they're not going to be happy about this. Okay? As this writes this, I want to show you guys one other thing on the side here. Scheduled tasks. So you guys, remember I told you you can set up stuff to happen? You can see I have scheduled tasks for all sorts of stuff. If I have my follow-up boss open, I have it look at what leads I should follow up with every single day and put it in a CSV file on my desktop and tell me why it thinks I should follow up with those people and what to say. It confirms my meetings for me. It checks my team's Slack inbox twice a day and tells me who I need to follow up with. We have clients outstanding, they need help with something, what's going on? It looks at my grain meetings from yesterday and it puts all my transcripts in Notion so that I know who to follow up with. Okay? For my ad performance for our company, it tells me, hey, your ads are doing good or your ads are doing bad today. This is what you should do. Every single day I'm getting these updates as though they're like little micro assistants. Okay? Now, let's go back to this. All right. Perfect. It's given me. Here's my playbook. What outcome do I actually want? I want to leave the call with David and Karen aligned on a counter offer number and a timeline to respond. And with their trust in me, basically, because I told them the truth before the market did. What are they likely feeling right now? They're likely feeling insulted, anxious, defensive about the price, and looking for somebody to blame. Right? How am I going to open this conversation? David and Karen, I want to call you right away because I think this is actually a moment. This is a moment that we can work with, and I'd rather talk through it right now than leave you sitting with a number without any context. So we got an offer. It's not what either of us wanted, where we wanted to land, but I don't think it's a throwaway, and here's why. Okay? Then it's going to go in the core message of how to present it. Here's how you're going to handle the pushback. If they're angry, say this. If they want to reject it outright, say this. If they go quiet or they say nothing at all, here's what you should do. Here's how to close the conversation. Here's what you definitely should not say in this situation. Okay? So it's basically through one chat, and I'm going to give you guys all the skills to do it. You can just go back and forth, and it's trained on all sorts of different skills. Like it's a coach, like it's an assistant, so that you don't have to keep going back and forth. It can access your tools. It can access your desktop if you give it the authorization to do so. And you can load up different skills so that you never have to go and start a million different chats. You can just do it all within one chat, my friends. Is that cool?
So guys, there's been a lot of questions about Follow-Up Boss, Lofty, etc. So they do not have connectors yet for Follow-Up Boss and Lofty. I'm sure they will soon.
Yeah.
A workaround for that is plugging in the Google Chrome connector and giving it browser access so that it can work from your browser. It's a little more complicated. And also, guys, you have to be very careful because if you have bank information, other personal details on your browser, and you're not monitoring what it's doing, well, it's deleted stuff for me before that I didn't want it to delete.
Yeah.
So be careful.
100%. 100%. Okay, so two things for you guys, and then I'll take some questions for sure. Why is it not working? Ryan, can you just drop? Oh,
Yeah, I'm going to drop in right now. So we got two things for you guys. You can announce them, Emma.
cool. I can't, I don't know why, but my screen's frozen. So I'm going to do two things for you guys. The first link that I shared with you guys is called Auto Light. Those are the 5 skills, the listing workflow, the step-by-step instructions. That's literally everything that you guys need to get started today completely for free. So I hope you guys take that. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's everything that you guys want it to be, okay? For those of you guys that would like to go faster and you want us just to like install it for you, then I just want to show you how you can do it because we're giving you some like crazy ridiculous deal for being part of Real and for being here on RocketFuel. So if you just don't want to figure out how to do this yourself, if you want to, do the free thing. You don't have to give us any money. If you want to go faster for literally $97, I'm going to give you a bunch of stuff, okay? So we have a pro version. I'm giving you the light version, but I have a pro version that's literally a one-click install, and it's 5 deal stages, which I'll walk you through, and basically 18 skills in one click. So what you guys will get with this particular thing is the new listing workflow, which I've given you for free. an under contract for listing. So once your listing actually goes under contract, everything that happens after that, you get a new buyer. It does the new buyer workflow. You get the buyer under contract. It does that workflow for you. And then after they close, how do you actually nurture after that? So I've got all those 5 workflows set up. And then obviously a bunch of individual, I'm not going to go through all these, but a bunch of individual skills and tools for you guys. If you want that, right now we're charging, I think we sold like 200 of these already. It's 197 bucks. You guys can just have it for like 97 bucks. Use the promo code RocketFuel. You guys can have it for 97 bucks until Friday if you would like it, if that helps you guys get ahead. You guys can go here, or Ryan, I think you dropped the.
I've dropped it like 3 times in the chat.
Okay, cool, gotcha. I can't, for some reason, I can't see my screen until I stop sharing. But yeah, if you guys want that, like, no, there's no pressure to do so. You absolutely don't need to, but if you guys would like to, it's literally 50% off for you guys right there, and we will walk you through exactly how to install everything.
Yes,
And
John, that's all in Auto Pro. And just so you guys know, Auto Pro will continue to be updated as of next week or this week, May 1st. It is becoming $97 a month. You guys are getting it $97 one-time fee. And it's going to constantly be updated. We own Auto Pro.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Auto Pro's been like my little baby for the last month and a bit. And yeah, I hope it gets you guys faster. I mean, for 97 bucks, it's got me a hell of a long way.
Definitely a lot cheaper than hiring an assistant or a VA that you still have to train.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Catherine, we built it. It says 287 Canadian because you have to put the promo code in. It's 97 USD, just so you guys know. If it says 2 whatever it was, it's for 2 reasons. Currency conversion and potentially tax, which if I could control tax, I would not be on this call with you guys right now.
Hi, so with this $97, you'll set up Claude for us on our desktop. Is that
There's going to be a group call. I literally can't sit down with every single
Oh
person
yeah.
for $97.
Yeah.
But there will be a group installation call where we will walk you through exactly how to do it, along with step-by-step instructions. You get the recording for everything, and then all updates in the future you will get. Yeah, I mean for one cost after May 31st, or we sell 300. Right now we're at about like 200 sales. So basically our pricing model is this. Once we hit 300, it goes monthly, or May 31st. Whichever comes first, it'll go 97 a month. You guys can buy it for a one-time fee today and get all the updates in the future.
Okay, guys, we're going to give away one auto for free. So I've got a question for all of you guys. Whoever answers the question correctly first, we're going to see who is paying attention. We'll get this for free. So Raquel, please be paying attention to the chat to see who gives the right answer first.
I got you.
So Emma, at the start of her presentation, talked about how much time leveraging Auto Light could save you. How many hours was it in a year?
Chris
Drop
Clark.
it now. First one.
Before you could finish the sentence, it was Chris Clark.
There we go.
Nice.
Chris
the
Clark
answer is
got it.
166.
The answer is 166, and Chris Clark was the winner. I didn't even get to spit out. It's the first time in my life I've spoken too slowly.
Love it. Cool. I think, was there any other questions? I got 2 minutes. I'm just going to scroll up here and see if there's any.
Yeah, I have a question. This is Catherine.
Hi, Catherine.
So I'm still not sure about the auto part. It's basically a process that you guys created, and anything that we do, for example, in Claude in the future is under auto. So explain that little.
Yeah, so what we basically help you do is we help you set up a profile so that it can act as your executive assistant. So what it will do is we're going to walk you through exactly how to set it up with all of your information. What are all of your goals? Like, what are all the things that an actual executive assistant would need to know about you? So that we can create all of your folders, it can communicate on your behalf, it can run all of the workflows that we're going to install for you. And so basically what it is a one-click installation, and we're going to walk you through how to set up your profile so that across your entire Claude, you can say, hey, I want to use the auto skill to do anything in your real estate business, and it will automatically be trained to do it in the way that you would like for it to act on your behalf, essentially.
And this is a $97 fee today with Rocket Fuel. And
Yep.
then do we always need to go through auto whenever we want to talk to it or do anything?
No,
We can
no,
If
just,
you
you
can
want to
just
talk
employ
to
it as a
auto,
skill
yes, but
yeah.
if you don't want to talk to auto, and like you guys, these are skills that can be developed over time, so you can still improve them. And if you buy
right.
the Auto Pro plugin, which is the $97 thing, we're going to continue to update it and improve it because it's moving to a monthly SaaS model of $97 a month after this week. Just so you
Yep.
guys know, we are doing a webinar again on this on Wednesday at uh, 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time or 8 a.m. Pacific. On that call, it will be 197.
It'll be 249 because we're
Oh,
already
sorry,
beyond the two. It'll
249.
be 250 on that call. So if you guys want to buy it, please buy it with this. You like after
It will
Friday,
never be cheaper. This is
we're
cheaper than
never
it
going to
was
give
on
it
our
away.
webinar last week, and I've already got somebody asking me, can they get some of their money back? So that
So
bought it
one
last
thing
week.
about that, so if you would like that, sure. But we also on that webinar gave 2 bonuses to come to the workshop and another tool. That's not applicable today. So if you bought last week's and you want to exchange it, that's fine, but you will lose the bonuses from last week.
So it's 197, but the coupon, what do we put in there to get the discount? I'm sorry.
Rocket Fuel,
Rocket
all
Fuel.
Rocket
caps.
Fuel. Okay,
Yep,
thank you.
for the promo code. Yep.
Rocket Fuel, all
Cool.
caps.
Monique, Mary, awesome. I'm glad. We will see you guys. We're going to send an email out. The team will have an email to you guys end of day today with all of the next steps. We're going to be doing an implementation call on Thursday. If you can't make it, don't stress about it. We do them pretty regularly. Like we're on our 3rd one right now, and you get all the recordings and everything. So we'll let you know. We're constantly having implementation calls to make sure that you guys are all set up. So don't stress about timing or anything like that. Just buy it.
This week's is Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time or noon Pacific.
Yeah.
On Thursday.
Yes. So what will happen after 300 people buy or May 31st? It goes to $97 a month after. Right now, you're buying it for a one-time fee. After that point, it will be $97 a month. So it's going to cost whatever that is, $1,200 a year. You can buy it for
Final question
100
here. For the $97 setup, once we
Yeah.
set it up, if we don't need your services or auto services anymore, we don't need it?
Yeah. There's no monthly fee for you guys. It's a one-time
There's
fee.
no monthly fee for
And you
whoever
get
buys it
all
today either
you will
way.
get all future updates. So right now you're getting listing launch workflow, a new buyer workflow, new buyer under contract, new listing under contract, post nurture. We're giving you guys all that.
Oh,
You don't have to pay for anything. Any new workflows and stuff that we push in the future, you guys will get for literally $100. It's probably the best thing that I could give you for $97. I can't tell you guys how much time we've put into building this. Trust me, take it for $97. It will be worth $97.
Thank you.
Amazing,
I
Emma.
promise.
You killed it. You crushed it. Thank you guys. We will be sending a replay. I'm sure we'll give you guys an email with all the details in case you guys forgot. All the bonuses that Emma decided to drop today, we will give you guys all the details. So look out for that email.
Yeah,
Thank you,
perfect. And
everyone.
yeah, if the paid thing isn't for you, just take all the free stuff and enjoy it.